Okay, so let's dive into some really quite dramatic news from the world of space exploration. We're talking about the massive explosion of SpaceX's Starship Ship 36. And this wasn't a launch, which is important. It happened late on June 18th, 2025, maybe around 11 p.m. Central Time, down at Starbase in Boca Chica, Texas. Happened during a static fire test. Well, actually, after they loaded the propellant, but crucially before engine ignition, that's when this major anomaly, that's the term they're using, triggered this just colossal explosion. You might have seen the video online. It went viral pretty fast. Huge fireball lit up the whole sky, apparently rattled windows nearby, sent a shockwave, through the area. Must have been quite unsettling for residents. But importantly, local authorities have confirmed no injuries. First responders were there quickly. Brownsville Fire Department, too. SpaceX is saying, look, public safety wasn't compromised. The safety zone worked as planned.
Yeah, and what's really key here is that Ship 36 wasn't just any old hardware. It had literally just done a single-engine static fire 2 days before, on the 16th. So it was being actively prepped, for its 10th flight test. It was very much in the flow.
Right. So, okay, for you, our listener, trying to make sense of this, what does this actually mean for SpaceX, for their, well, incredibly ambitious plans? We want to help you understand the immediate fallout, sure, but also maybe the bigger picture here. What are the immediate consequences for Starbase for the testing schedule?
Well, the immediate consequence is,
Yeah.
it's pretty stark. This major anomaly wasn't minor. It completely destroyed Ship 36. Gone. And caused significant damage to the test stand, the facility itself. So naturally, that's put an indefinite pause on Starship flight preps. Everything's on hold. When something like this happens, you have to stop, investigate thoroughly.
And, okay, SpaceX says safety protocols worked, no injuries, perimeter held. But you see those videos, you hear about the shockwave. Are there, lingering concerns? Or are local authorities asking maybe new questions now, even with no injuries, about how effective those perimeters really are?
That's a fair point. I mean, after any incident this visible, even if the official line is safety maintained, public perception is a thing. And regulatory scrutiny definitely gets heightened. It just does. So SpaceX is now working very closely, they say, with local officials, fired teams, securing the site, assessing the full damage, and they've committed to a deep investigation before anything resumes. That's standard, yes, but the public eye makes trust really critical here.
It absolutely does. And you mentioned this isn't exactly an isolated incident for Starship recently. How do these repeated issues, especially this kind of failure, a static fire explosion on the ground, how does that play into their bigger goals? Moon, Mars?
That's really getting to the heart of it, the bigger picture aspect. It's not the first problem, no. We saw failures during the 7th, 8th, and 9th flights earlier this year. Different stages, landing burns, re-entry issues. But what's potentially significant here is the type of failure. Those earlier ones were often dynamic, in-flight issues. This one, on the ground, pre-ignition. It points towards maybe different challenges. Propellant handling. Structural issues under load before flight. It's a different beast. And each kind of failure, flight, or ground, it throws up unique engineering problems to solve.
So it's not just a delay, it's a specific kind of problem they now absolutely have to nail down before moving on. That's exactly. SpaceX famously uses that iterative approach. Test, fly, sometimes fail, learn fast, build the next one, it's rapid. But these very public, very energetic failures, they create serious bottlenecks. Building these prototypes takes time, months. Losing one like Ship 36 isn't just losing the hardware, it's the investigation time, the facility repair time. It all adds up. And that directly hits those ambitious timelines like you mentioned. The uncrewed Mars missions targeted for 2026. Well, the 10th flight was supposed to be a really important step towards that. Now, it's on hold indefinitely.
It really underscores the sheer difficulty, the immense challenges of pushing the envelope this hard in spaceflight. So maybe something for you, the listener, to think about. In this incredibly ambitious, high-stakes race to the stars, setbacks like this one, they seem almost inevitable, right? A painful part of innovating, of learning. How do we as a society sort of balance that powerful drive for advancement in space with, the tough realities of these challenges and that constant absolute need for rigorous safety? It's a balance every single player in the space game has to wrestle with.